It was raining like it hadn't rained in a long time. The drops fell heavily from the grey sky, beating down on the potholed sidewalks of the city centre. Traffic was slow, people's hurried steps tried to escape the rain, and no one seemed to. Notice the man standing under the awning of an old building, holding a broken umbrella that looked more like a piece of soaked cloth hanging from a crooked wire. He didn't ask for anything. He just watched. His eyes were deep-set but attentive. His coat was worn. His pants had the hem undone. His sneakers had the soles peeled off. An invisible man. Or almost. "Are you waiting for someone?" asked a firm but gentle voice. He turned. It was a woman in her early 30s, wearing leather boots, a project folder under her arm, and her hair tied up carelessly. She stood in front of him, shielded by a red polka-dot umbrella. "No, just waiting for the rain to stop." "Are you hungry?" "No, just waiting for the rain to stop," he repeated, with a slight resigned smile. She was silent for a moment, then opened her bag and took out a small package wrapped in aluminum foil. "This is left over from my lunch. It's still warm. It has rice, grilled chicken and some salad. Would you like some?" He hesitated. Then he nodded. He picked up the package carefully, as if it were made of glass. "Thank you. I'm not used to kindness. Neither do I with indifference. Maybe that's why I notice who's standing in the rain, even with an umbrella that's useless." He smiled, a shy smile, but real. "What is your name?" "Marta. And yours?" "Octavio." "Octavio, what did you do before waiting for the rain to stop?" "I used to build buildings. I was a civil engineer. But after everything fell apart, including my life, all that was left was the rain." Marta looked at him surprised. "Are you telling me you are an engineer?" "I was. I still am on paper. But the diploma doesn't stop hunger or clean a dirty name." She thought for a few seconds. "I need someone for a job. It's small but honest. Do you know how to plaster a wall?" "I can do much more than that." "But yes, I can. I'm an architect. I have a simple project to renovate a warehouse. Nothing grand, but I can pay by the week. I only accept those who are willing." "I have more than that. I'm thirsty to start over." "Then come by tomorrow. The address is here. Take this too," she said, holding out a small card with the details. He picked it up carefully, as if he didn't want to wet the paper with his still damp fingers. "Why are you doing this? You don't know me. Maybe because I know what it's like to be at rock bottom and have no one reach out to help. And maybe because I see something in your eyes that many have lost. Dignity." Ottavio lowered his eyes, moved. "Thank you, Marta. Trust me, Ottavio, the rain always passes." She walked away down the wet street, leaving behind a man with an old umbrella, a new card, and for the first time in a long time, hope. Ottavio looked at the sky. It was still raining, but inside something was starting to dry up. The once abandoned warehouse was now breathing life. The freshly painted walls reflected the late afternoon light, and overhead, the facade proudly displayed the name of the new company, Estudio Horizonte. It was more than just an architecture and engineering space. It was the result of trust, courage, and partnership. Ottavio adjusted the collar of his clean shirt, his hands still calloused but firm now. Beside him, Marta smiled with the same sparkle in her eyes as when she first saw him standing in the rain. A little over a year had passed since that unlikely meeting, and now they were side by side, partners, and something more. "I never imagined all this," he said, looking around, moved. "Me neither, but deep down, maybe destiny had drawn the whole picture from the beginning. I just hoped we would have the courage to follow the lines," Marta replied. They walked around the warehouse, where machines, drawing boards, plans, and even some new employees were already circulating. The business had grown quickly, with Ottavio taking charge of the construction and planning, and Marta taking care of the projects and clients. Their reputations spread. not because of their greatness, but because of the honesty and competence with which they conducted everything. "Today is 1 year ago," he said, stopping at the back door of the building. "A year since when?" "Since the day you offered me lunch and a job without asking for anything in return," she smiled. "You paid with something that many people no longer have, your word. That's worth more than money." Ottavio took a small package out of his pocket. Marta looked at him curiously. "What is that?" "Remember when I said that only rain was left?" "I remember well." "It wasn't true. There was one thing left with me all this time. A ring, a symbol of a past I was ashamed of. I thought about throwing it away so many times, but deep down I kept it as a reminder of everything I had lost, and now—" He opened the package. It was a silver ring with a small inscription inside, "Courage even in the rain." I had that phrase recorded, because if it weren't for the rain, I would never have found you. She held the ring delicately, her eyes filled. "Ottavio, it's not a request yet, it's just a promise. That with you I want to keep building, not just walls or companies, but something real, something ours." Marta looked at him, firm as ever, but now with her heart exposed. "Then the answer is yes, yes to whatever comes, with you." And at that moment, as the two embraced under the warm evening light, the city seemed silent, as if the world around them had stopped just to witness that scene. There was no more umbrella, no more crying, no more cold. The rain had finally stopped. Outside. And inside, and in place of the mud, there were roots. The end? No, just the beginning.